Hello and welcome back, and it is the transfer window. It's open. The start of the domestic transfer window for Croatian clubs has started. We've got some news. International roundup. Great under 21 performances. Always good to see them for some youngsters in the club. But European competition rankings announced. Croatia First League has moved up 6 places to 9th position. It's more places than any top flight division. Very nice. Club rankings announced. Zagreb have moved 117 places into 75th in the new European club rankings for next season. Liverpool have once again been ranked the top team in Europe. The most improved team was Alaves, who jumped from 652nd to 94th. Homegrown players for the Champions Cup. Croatia rise in the European coefficients table. We now get, or now next season, we get one team automatically at the group stages. We get one team in the best placed third qualifying phase. And we don't have any more in the second qualifying phase and don't have any more in the Championship playoff. So they all go up from those two into the third qualifying and the group stage, which is nice to see. And in the European places, we still have one in the second qualifying, one in the third, and one in the group stage. And we've made an offer for someone called Alberto. 2.3 million. He's 19 years old, Brazilian, great pace, good agility, good acceleration. Scouts seem to think he would be the best left winger at the club if he was to be signed. So I think with all that in mind, and the fact he's got good potential, he's probably going to be better than Knezovic. And it might mean we have to change our formation ever so slightly, because we currently play with an inside forward, so we might just go for 2 out-and-out wingers or move the inside forward to the other side, and we'll see what's going on. But yeah, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. He's worth 350k. Basically, I'm really tempted to do it. Obviously, we'll offer him a contract. I think rotation's fine. That's not a problem. So it'll be, yeah, 2 million instalments of 325k, 2 instalments every 2 years. Percentage of profit from Excel 40%, so it's a pretty big deal. We've had some bids on our players as well, and this was always going to happen. Blas Riveros has had a £6.75 million bid from Burnley back in the Premier League, and it's accepted because the board accepted it at 6.75 million. He wants to join Burnley, which means he's probably going to go. We bought him for 4.7 million. Got a good season out of him. We're going to make some profit, so that's a shame. The bigger blow, because I think left backs are quite easy to pick up on the cheap. They seem to be quite in abundance, and we can play Josh Da Silva there. We have Zlatko Ramic as well, so we do have cover. He will be a big loss. He is very, very good for us this season, 7.19 average rating. The other person that could be a really big loss is Serge. Has had a bid of £5 million from CSK Moscow, and it's been accepted. The only saving grace is that he doesn't really want to move to them, so he might reject their contract. But we'll go forward, we'll see what's going to happen. We'll be offering a deal to the left winger, Arthur, from Brazil. Alberto. Arthur is a central midfielder who's already in the game, who plays for Liverpool, I think. We'll go 4k, we'll give him 100 grand signing on fee, we'll go 80k to the agent. We'll get rid of this one, but once you've played 30, we'll give you a pay rise to 7 grand. 500, 500, and £1,000 is too much for an appearance fee. Let's try that. No, he's playing hardball. 4k, 140, 80, 4.5 after 20 games, 6k after 20. I'd really prefer to make that 30 after 30 games. 1k appearance fee. 600, international cap 500, unused sub 500. Suggest. I mean, come on, mate. What are you playing at? No, you're getting 4k. You're getting 4k a week. There you go. Done. You better be bloody worth it after all that aggro. So unfortunately, Serge is going to sign for CSK Moscow after saying he actually didn't want to move to them when the bid came in and it got accepted. It turns out he does. So I'm interested to know how much they're going to pay him. We're paying him 1 grand a week. Now, this is a player we bought in for 15k, right? And we're selling him for £5 million. I can't really argue with it, and the fact it's going through. So we'll just skip to the next page, see it all be confirmed, and we'll see how much of a pay rise CSK Moscow are going to give him. I'm sure there'll be a bit of revolt in the squad as well, because he was a very good player. He had a good season for us. So let's see what happens. Pre-season just about to start as well. I was hoping we'd have a a settled squad by pre-season, but with Serge leaving and more bids coming in, it looks like it's going to be anything but settled by the time pre-season. But we have got 4 weeks. We know from this point on, we've got 4 weeks until the season starts. So that's going to be a busy time for transfers, I think. And just as we're selling him, he scores his first international goal for the Ivory Coast. So, wow, there we go. We've said that. So Zagreb increased stature in Croatia, which is very nice. We get 50% of Leonardo profit. Oh, great. Due to selling calls going to 50% for Zagreb, received 3.4 million following Leonardo's move from Sturm Graz to Red Bull Salzburg. They'll receive an extra 7k in instalments. Wow, okay. I knew that we had done well. So 10.5 million. I'm glad I put that clause in there then. That's an extra bit of money into the coffers, which is nice. Ian Allen has made a bid for Davor Stujak, 3.5 million. No, I say no. If we lose Serge, then that could be a shrewd bit of business. He's also Croatian. I'm going to stick with you there, Ian. I'm going to trust you. Another grader in for is Isaac Asamoah. Great. Who's Isaac Asamoah? Why do I care about that? He's obviously was someone I obviously scouted in the past. We've got youth players promoted. All of these guys have been promoted to the main Zagreb team. Most of them will probably be released on a free transfer then, because they won't be near my first team. Wage budget for coaches. Yeah, why not? In fact, let's say no. We're better off investing this somewhere else. We're better off committing more money to me for transfers. That would be great. No, youth recruitment. Let's go for that. We want to be seen as a place for young players. Improving experience was a key factor in that. Brilliant. Thank you. First league fixtures. We start opening day. Rijeka. Good. Big game. And then Rodez on the final day of the season. So that should be alright. 1.35 million for TV rights. That's gone up a little bit. So that's good. Reach the group stage. They're getting tougher every time. Still Champions League qualification is fine. And reach the semi-final. £33 million is going to be our budget. Oh yeah, let's go and spend. I said this will probably be a quiet transfer window. That's going to be blown out of the water. Let's go and spend some money. Okay, so the bid for Hajduk Stoyak has been accepted. So he looks good. Good teamwork, good work rate, good passing. I mean, 120k's worth, and we're bidding 2.3 million. I trust Ian Allen, or 3.5 million. I trust Ian Allen's process about this. I would prefer him to be a rotation player, and I don't really want to pay him over 3k. So we can try and get it down. After 10 international appearances, you can actually go up to £4,000. How about that? We'll take that out. We'll put you down there. If we win the Croatian Cup, you get £6,000. Okay. He wants to be first team. That's okay. 2.7. Agent fee 45. 10 games, £4,000. Again, we'll keep that locked in. 600 per appearance and 6k if we win the Croatia Cup. Oh, come on, let's go 3. 50. Yeah. There we go, 3k. I'm happy with 3k. I think that's alright. He's only taking a slight pay increase, £700 a week. Let's see if it works out. And the team is slowly being ripped apart. Goran Veselovic has made a bid of 2.5 million made on him by Crystal Palace, and it meets his release fee. So he's not going to turn down the Premier League, is he? He's just not going to turn down the Premier League. I tried to get him to do a new contract. It's just not going to happen. They finished third in the Championship. They've won the playoffs. They're going into the Premier League, and we're going to be losing one of our best centre-backs, which is very, very annoying. We've got money. We've got a lot of money. So I think we're going to be putting in some transfers. I agree, Tomislav Chorluka. Stupid decision to ever agree to the clause. But hard to blame the manager here. It's all about the minimum fee release clause. It is, Anton Knezovic. It really is. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, I can try and offer him another new contract. Okay, does want to stay. Okay, they're offering him big money, Crystal Palace. Let's, I mean, is he worth 20 grand a week? I mean, he's very good, and he's only 22. He did have a bloody good season for us last year. £60,000 if we win the Croatian Cup. Appearance fee 4.5. I don't want to be held hostage by a player. That's the problem. Oh, he's determined to get that 25.5. 4.5 appearance fee. Clean sheet £3,000. I reckon we'll keep quite a lot of them, to be honest. No, I can't give you that 25. That's too much money. 23 is the most I can go to. 1 million, 3.5, 4.5 appearance. No, he's not having it. I think his heart's set on moving to Crystal Palace. That must have been what they were offering him, 25.5. I can't afford to pay him. Well, I couldn't literally afford to pay him that. And I think it will set a bad precedent when we're trying to bring new players in if they see someone's on 25,000. I think our highest paid player is Tuanzebe. I think. And I think he's on around about 13, if I remember rightly. Where is he? There he is. 18,000, and I'm pretty sure he is our most expensive or most highly paid player. Oh no, Blas Riveros, but he's moving. He'll be sold. So yeah, 18,000. I mean, I don't think Veselinovic was better than Tuanzebe. He has the potential to be better than Tuanzebe, but I don't think he is better than him right now. But yeah, it looks like the team's getting ripped apart. Okay, so Alberto has agreed that he wants to move to us, so that gives us another option on the wing, which is good. We are little bit light of actual talent on the wing, so yeah, we'll bring him in. Alberto joins, squad player, could still improve. Send on intensive lounge course. Mikel Arejo can welcome him in to the team. Curly snubs. Oh, why did you do that? I could have done with that extra £10,000. You're nowhere near our first team. Just move. And we're going to release these players. Vernoga was the guy that scored goals in Slovenia, but we've got so many strikers. So many strikers at the club. It's absolutely ridiculous. So Riveros has been granted his work permit for his move to Burnley, and off he will go. 6.75 million. We get another 6.5 million chucked into our transfer kitty. The thing that I want to do in this is that basically, I'm going to cause concern. They've just got to have trust. They've got to have trust. I want to get to this date here, right? Because this is when contracts expire, people leave because their contracts finish, and the signings that we're bringing in are coming in. So Peritin, we know, joins. Farrell is an American, I think, youngster, or yeah, some guy from Peterborough that we're bringing in as a youth player. Get to that date though, and that is when you know what your squad looks like, and that's when I'm going to start splurging the cash, which will probably be in part 2. Oh my god, he rejected Crystal Palace. Okay, he rejected Crystal. That's mental. That is mental. Why would he reject Crystal Palace? As soon as we can offer him a new contract and get rid of that clause, I'm going for it. Okay, so another new signing coming in. Davor Stojak, Croatian central midfielder from rivals Hajduk. It's a lot of money, but I'm happy to accept it. So it's, we're also keeping Croatian players coming in. We've got a lot of flack in the press, like in the press conferences, asking me about my foreign influx. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. And if you want my starting goalkeeper, you're going to have to pay me massive money for it, which you're not apparently going to do. So they can sod off. Stojak is in. Skender, you can welcome him as one of the last things you do at the club. That would be wonderful. They're happy. Yeah, it'll be on a short leash with the supporters and needs to win them over. Well, he'll be chucked straight into the deep end. Davor Stojak plays as the deep line playmaker. We have one of them in our formation, so good work, Ian Allen. Bringing him in. Joshua Silva, so I'm getting down. Devil Super's arrival. I'll talk to you, Josh. I'll talk to you. I have some Yeah, fine. That's the best response you can ever get. I've got some concerns, but the fact that you've just come to talk to me is very, very kind and settling. Thank you. It doesn't give you any more chance to mess anything else up. It's all sorted. So Sven Ulreich has retired. He will now focus on his non-playing career. So now that he has retired, let's extend his contract as our under-19s goalkeeping coach, which will be very nice indeed. He's currently on 1.4, so let's just give him a £100 pay rise. No, we'll give you a £100 pay rise. There we go. And you can stay as the under-19 goalkeeping coach. We have loan players to turn. Absolutely shit ton of them. Quite a lot of them have got contracts expiring or have already agreed different moves, so that's not a problem. I mean, there's a few players in here that I'd be quite keen to give a go, like Mite or Maite, however you pronounce that up front, but we've got loads of strikers. Abubakar So, but he hasn't really progressed that much while he was on loan at Slaven Blupo, so we could look to cash in on him. Christian Kodzev was another one who I was hoping would impress on loan, and he sort of did, but it was in the division below. I was expecting him to be a bit better than that. Nkulu will probably come in and fight for an attacking midfield position because he is generally quite good. I think he's got a bit more time in his contract. Yeah, he's got another year. Didn't really impress out in Maribor. We'll see if they want to buy him off us. I think we had... Oh, no, they don't. I thought they did have a thing, but we might see if we can cash in on him as well. Yeah, quite a few different things. Perinovic is the wonder kid from PSG. He's joined Leicester City. Novigrad are going to sign that Asamoah chap. Let's remove from the shortlist. And Ian Allen's at it again, and he's gone for a player on the opposite wing. Lennart Mullering from Schalke 2, 19-year-old German. Looks okay. We have just bought, well, not just bought, we have just got Thiago Arejo for $1 million. Yeah, we'll give it a go. We won't do press conferences for new players because all you end up doing is pissing them off. So our bid for that youngster that Ian Allen was bidding on, the more £1 million bid, has been rejected. So I think that'll be the end of that. One of the coaches is struggling on his course. Ustari, oh yeah, we'll keep Ustari around because he was our penalty scoring goalkeeper, wasn't he? Apart from the one that I showed you on camera that you missed. Murphy's loan finishes, that was a waste of money. Yoranin's loan finishes, that was a waste of money. Puritin's loan finish, yeah, that wasn't a waste of money because he's great. Skender will be leaving the club. We're just going to release him because he's not very good. So he's going to go. Mikulic, we missed out on a 40% sell-on clause because he's been released on a free transfer. Well, he was rubbish. So Vanoga finishes, his contract expires. We're going to release him. Pires' contract, release him. Oh, he was a coach. Shit. Oh well, that's okay. We'll just hire different coaches. Gunderson, you're a coach. You're quite good. No, we can probably actually do better than you. Although you're a good defensive coach. Take a pay cut and you can stay on board. Take a pay cut, you can stay on board. Take a pay cut, you can stay on board. There we go. Finistes, Graf, Yushin Graf. I mean, Scout. No, we can do much better than you now. Release from the club. Powaldsen, Grabowski, Pina. All these loans are now coming back. Boban. Back in the day, you had really high potential and I wanted to give you a chance. But now, no. Mertens, no. Cooper, no. I think Joe Cooper's a no, if I remember rightly. Yeah, he's a no. So this is what I mean. This is why we need to get to this point where you're just releasing all of these people because then you understand what your thing is like. Physio out of contract. Yeah, we'll keep you on board. Take a little pay cut. Take a little pay cut. There we go. Zagreb released loads of players. Vodson, Cruz and Okana have now officially left the club. I think all of these players will be snapped up by someone. They did have some decent potential there. Thorvaldsen played a good number of games for us. Really didn't impress down in Slovenia. So, yeah, he's gone, or up in Slovenia, I should say. It's above Croatia. Skender's left. All of these people have now left. Broad, Kondex, Mertens, Juric. All of those have now left the club. But we're going to go and see what other people have let go. So could come in and just be the direct replacement for Skender. That's not a problem. We don't necessarily need to sign another centre-back, especially now that Veselinovic doesn't have any more interest in him. Still trying to offer him a new contract to get rid of the clause, but he's not having any of it. Zerga will probably be one that we try to move on. And I don't really mind if we don't get a great deal of money for him now. Money isn't ultimately that important at the moment. Even Palsic is here on a youth contract. Again, had amazingly good potential, but hasn't really seen it through into this year. And as the squads get better, these improve. These potentials just drop off the cliff. Like, he was really high. He was a 5-star potential player. So is Ivakovic, and he's gone. Domic, he's still 5-star, so he's someone we'll probably keep an eye on. He's wanted by Alumji on loan, so yeah, no worries with that. He can go to Slovenia on loan. The assistant manager, Marco Toss, you'll be in charge of this pre-season friendly. We're going to get to the first. We're going to do this pre-season friendly see what the result is, get to the first, let all these transfers go through, have one last look at the squad, see where we need to improve, and then end the part 1 of the transfer window here, and part 2 will start with the opening of the worldwide transfer window, which is this bit here. And we know that we're going to get an extra 5 million in the bank because Serge is joining CSK Moscow, which is annoying, but we've bought in a replacement for him already. So let's have a look. A good 4-1 win. Goal scorers Mohammadi, Napoli and Guigon, and Dominik Sokova scored and got sent off for them. And he's a fake player, so it doesn't really matter. They make a Zerg offer. That is rubbish. Valencia drops lack of football concern. Good. Yeah, fees paid. Important dates. Zerga. I don't really want to send him out on loan. I want to sell him. Reject all loan offers. Braga loan offer for say. I'm going to reject it at the moment because it was dependent on what happens with Vizolovic. Labjudovic, yeah, you can go. I don't think you're ever actually going to play for us. No, you're not. Let's just put in a mandatory future fee of 10k. I really don't care. We'll just get some cash. They didn't want that. Brilliant. Trigovic again. Are you ever going to be anyone that plays for us? Probably not. By the time you come around, we'll have even better strikers. So mandatory future fee of let's go 7k. No, these teams just can't afford it. Peritin Zagreb missed out on a 20% sell-on clause of Vinko Peritin because he signed for Zagreb from Hull on a free transfer. That's fine. Istra step up 2 players. Oh, Jorgensen, yeah, we've sold them Jorgensen. Never given a chance at our club. Always went out on loan. Didn't really do much. So happy to cash in on him. And they've also found in Dragan Kokot, 22 years old, started at Slaven Blupo. CSK must have signed Serge. I am quite upset about this. Yeah, £5 million. I mean, it's just a ridiculous profit. You can't really turn it down, no matter how good he was for us. 2 signings come in. Zach Farrell is a 19-year-old centre back, pretty decent potential. He can have a season in the under-19s. And Vinko Peritin is back full time at the squad, still with his finishing 8. Man, I'm probably going to regret this. £6 a week. We'll keep him here. I mean, yeah. He's had quite a career with us already. He'll probably be getting around about 9 or 10 games a season again. It really won't be much else. So we can send Zach Farrell on the intensive language course. And this is how our squad's looking. And now you'll see we're very, very heavy in holding midfield. So 2 goalkeepers, they're fine. If we can keep both of them, great. If we lose one of them, I think the other one's good enough to step up and play. Versanovic, so Kotev and Napoli are good. 4 good centre-backs, and Zabi as well. So we could probably afford to let one of them go, but it is dependent on Veselinovic signing a new contract, I think. I think that's quite key. Hrvoje and Stojnik at right back are 2 good options. We then have De Silva and Zlatko Ramic as our left back options, which Zlatko Ramic is now a little bit weak. And De Silva's not really a left back, but he can do the job, and he's got really good physicals and mentals, which is half the battle. So I've got no problems with playing him there if needs be. But maybe a new left back is on the cards. Holding midfield, if we ever want to play it, we've got good options. Most of them are young as well, but generally it'll be central midfield. And we've got De Silva, Arejo, Valencia, Moreno can probably step in as well. He's okay. There will be some loaned out here. Davor Stoyak. The new signing, he looks good. He'll be starting in central midfield. Wingers, we have right wingers. We have Zerga, Laughlin, and Thiago Arejo. So that's really, I think that's stacked enough. Left wing, we now have Alberto, Guigon, Luka Zahovic play out there as an inside forward as well. Bojan Knezovic, so we've got options there. Attacking midfield, Nkulu, Gronley, and Krizmanic. That'll be the main 3. Don't really see anyone that we need to buy to replace those. They're a good option in there. And then up front, that's a lot of players for one position. We have Zahovic, Peritin, Cabrera, Pina, Asare, Mohammadi, Ivokovic, Labjudovic, Meiti, and Domic. Now, these 3, so those 2 and this guy, I will imagine will all be leaving the club on loan. Likely that Mohammadi will probably leave on loan because he's really good, but I really want him to go and get some experience elsewhere. Just to see if he is good enough, to be honest. Ibrahim Asahe, we brought him in to be our target man, and now we don't play with one, but he is an advanced forward. Does seem to be scoring goals, played in the Austrian Premier Division. maybe it's worth giving him a chance. Gabriel Mite, wherever he's gone. Where's he? There he is. Gautier Mite. Great stats. I think he's going to be superb. We just need to get him some game time. Cabrera could move on if we get a big bid for him. Cabrera could move on. It's a shame. He's been an absolute goal machine since we brought him in. Alexander de Pena's stats suggest he should be really good. Everybody rates him really highly, but his attitude stinks. He already wants to leave. Wouldn't be too upset if we sold him for a hefty profit. So yeah, lots and lots of options. Then obviously Vinko Peritin, who will be in as a backup, and that'll be his lot. I think he'll be lucky if he gets, as I said, more than 10 games in a season. But at this point, this is what the squad looks like. I think it's going to change quite a bit. I mean, if we're honest, we need to really probably move on one of these holding midfielders here, and it's more than likely going to be either Mbaga, who we bought in for 300k, or it will be Hector Marino, who we bought in on a free transfer. But you never know, we could see him move on. A few people, Fianese might make a bid for him, so we'll see what happens there. As I said, attacking midfield, I'm happy with that. Strikers really need something to work on to remove some of them, and defensively we're okay. Left back can be improved, but we've got a shit ton of money. £34 million in the transfer budget, £266,000 in the wage budget. I reckon there's money to be spent in part 2 of the transfer window, and that's what you're going to have to wait for. So thank you very much for watching, guys. It's all dependent on who leaves, and if you get offers that the board just accept, and if they're too good to turn down. I do it quite sensibly. So, you know, if you buy someone for 150k and you get offered £5 million, that's a no-brainer, innit? You sell them, especially when you're this sort of club. But, and you know, you've got to have faith in the people at the club already there that are going to fill in for that gap and take those spots that you sell. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. For now, I'm out. Cheers.